In 24 hours, just in 24 hours, the JoyNews Ecobank Habitat Fair will kick off at the Accra International Conference Center. Ahead of that today on the show, let's hear from headline sponsors Ecobank. That's up next.
The countdown is on to the biggest housing fair here in our country. It's the JoyNews Habitat Fair, the 2020 edition. This year, we're happy to have Ecobank, the Pan-African bank, on board as a partner. We thank our sponsors, GHB Properties, DBS Roofing, Duraplus Limited, and Plan City Extension Projects. They are our sponsors. We've got many exhibitors, and it's never too late for you to join because the fair opens on Friday, 6th of November from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for the entire 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the Accra International Conference Center. You've seen many of the products already. We've shown you the house types and the cost, but the big question still remains: how do you finance the house that you identified, or even the land that is on sale that you really want to buy? And that's why I have come to the head office of Ecobank to ask some of the very basic questions and also let them clarify some of the confusions in the minds of people about mortgage financing. So join me as I have this interaction, even as we look forward to the 6th of November at the Accra International Conference Center. Thank you very much for sitting down with me.
Thank you very much, Ruby.
And thank you for the partnership this year with the Habitat Fair.
Thank you.
So first of all, let me ask about the facilities that you have in terms of mortgage financing.
Okay, so thanks. There are two aspects to this. One, if you wanted to buy a house outright, you could come to us. And once you identify the house that you would want to buy, we are happy to help. The other bit is also where you already have a house and you would want to borrow against it. We also are happy to do that. I think that you would also find that the rates that we do offer are quite good.
Is it a good time to get a facility like that? And I say, is it a good time because of the times that we're in? So yes. What would be your advice?
Yes, so one of the things I've always said is that there are two ways of looking at this. I mean, you could wait for the storm to pass, or as they say, you could learn to dance in the rain. This is a time where the prices of most houses has come down. And if you want to get in, perhaps this might be a good time to consider to then want to get in. There's a lot of talk about stay at home, kids have to learn from home instead of going to school and all of that. It then requires that if you are going to stay at home, you should have a home that is conducive to be able to do all of these things. So I'd say that with all of these factors, this might be a good time to want to own a house.
Okay. How about the almighty interests?
So there are two ways that I think about this. Number one, you could go out there and then rent. You would pay rental cost. Or number two, you could pay towards owning your own building. Now, you're better off owning your own building, number one, because at the end of the day, the value of the house goes up. You gain on that score also. The interest that you pay, there's a tax bit also that you benefit from, i.e. the interest that you pay on a mortgage. So long as you live in that house, there's a tax bit that comes along with it also. So I'd say that people should look at the various options and then look at how much you're paying as rent. But I'd say it's a good option to want to own your own building as opposed to having to rent out. Okay,
so in terms of the facilities that you offer with the mortgage,
yes,
which one is advisable?
So it would depend on your personal needs, but I think that for each person, clearly you ought to identify what you want to do. And once you identify the house, you go to any of our branches and we are happy to then help you. In terms of documentation and all of the things around that, what we do offer is a process that is quite seamless. You know, we help you walk through the entire journey. We've got partners on both ends who would help you to get the best deals. And the advantage for coming to Ecobank is immense. Apart from the rates being good, there's also the thing around where if you want to pay early, you don't have to pay any penal charges as you find elsewhere. So there are 1,001 reasons why taking a mortgage is good, and taking a mortgage with Ecobank is even better.
Okay. So I've identified the house that I want.
Yes.
I obviously don't have the money.
Okay.
And I don't have an account with Ecobank.
You just step into any branch, you open an account with us, and we are happy to walk you through that whole journey. I think you would find that the process of getting onboarded is not complicated. To open an account itself would take you less than 5-10 minutes to do. So it is not a complicated process. Just step into any branch at all, and you'd find staff who are happy to then help you. I think the thing about owning your own building or owning your own home is that there are numerous benefits that come with it. Number one, as I said, you get capital gains also, i.e. the value of the house goes up. Depending on where you buy the building, you could have the value going up between 10 to 15% and all of that on an annual basis. Now, yes, there's interest on the loan, but if you consider the fact that the value of the building is going up, the interest that you are paying also, you get tax breaks also on that also. If you put all of that together, I'd say it makes a lot of sense to want to own your own building and then come into Ecobank for us to help you.
Okay. So, would you give me a fixed interest loan or a floating one?
So what you do find is that in Ecobank, we've got our products, standard ones that we do give out. However, we are happy to look at individual needs, because at the end of the day, you would find that we might say that the conditions for getting a loan might be A, B, and C. Someone might have A, B, not C, but D. We are happy to have that discussion and then look at how best we can help our clients. So I'd say begin the journey. Come along, come to any of the branches, and we are happy to help.
Okay. How much would I be entitled to?
Okay, so that would be a function of your monthly income, but we are happy to go as much as $350,000 as a mortgage. But again, it is based on each person and how much you would want to afford, and obviously the building in question and all of that.
So I see that you quoted it in dollars.
Yes.
And obviously, most of the property developers are quoting dollars. I earn Ghana cedis. The property I'm buying is in dollars. How do you help me to adjust?
Okay, so again, the payment can be done in dollars for you. The bit that we need to get around is the fact that if you are earning Ghana cedis, you don't want to have a currency mismatch where you have a loan in dollars and then you are earning Ghana cedis. So typically what would do for you is that would tend to match the currency of the loan to the income that you are earning. So if you're earning Ghana cedis, you are better off taking a Ghana cedi loan, and that's what we would tend to do.
Okay. Now let's talk about the repayments.
Yes.
So do I begin repaying as soon as I get my house?
Again, we would look at each particular case, and where there are any particular needs. Again, we are happy to look at them. But typically, once you get the building, you are better off having to start paying towards that particular building. And again, in the event that you come into some money, or you want to prepay, those are things that you could do, or let it run its full course also.
Okay, how long am I expected to pay?
Typically, we are happy to do 15 years. But again, if there are particular needs, we are happy to discuss them.
So you've given me the facility. I love my home. I am paying, say, $2,000 every month,
okay,
which I can afford.
Yes.
But unfortunately, because of COVID, I suddenly lose my job. Yeah. What happens?
So again, in cases like this, we understand that for a mortgage that it's a long-term loan, there might be conditions where things occur, where maybe for some particular reason you are not able to make a payment for a particular month or things like that. We are happy to sit with you and see how we are able to work our way out of it.
You won't immediately take the house from me?
At the end of the day, for us, it is a partnership. It is how best we help you achieve your aim, whilst also ensuring that the bank also continues to be in business. So if it's a case of a 1 month default or like a 2 month default, we are happy to sit with you and to work our way out of that. And we've had to do that for some clients, yes.
Okay, so you won't take the house away from me only because I haven't been able to pay for a month or I have some challenges?
Typically, you would not find any bank taking a house away from you for not paying for 1 month. Again, the aim is to support our client, because even if you foreclose, at the end of the day, you just want to sell and then get the bank's money back. But so if the client is able to maybe continue paying in after 6 months, we are happy to have that chat with you and then agree on a plan on how we are able to work our way out of that.
Okay, great. So how about if the unfortunate happens, there is an accident and I can't reasonably work again, or there's death, for instance? So
we've got insurance policies with our various partners that deals with events that you've just mentioned. So in those cases, yes, you are covered.
When you say I am covered, explain. So if there is death and somebody is inheriting this house that I haven't finished paying,
yes,
what happens? Will the person have to pay off what is left?
In the case of death, there's always a life insurance cover. So once the customer unfortunately does pass away, the insurance policy then kicks in, and the family is not burdened with a loan that they have to be paying on the death of the person that took the loan. Okay,
this all sounds really cool.
It is really cool.
Is it the way that I mean, does it follow the way we've had this conversation or the way we are talking?
So that's a thing. I think that the facilities that we have in place, as you put it, it is really cool. I think that you'd find that most people have benefited from this, and a lot more people are still coming to us. And we think that this Joy platform gives us the chance to be able to sell that message across, and then to get a lot more Ghanaians coming on board. I think at the end of the day, Ecobank as a bank, when we began our ambition or our vision has always been to find ways to help our customers. And we think that helping to address the housing deficit that we have as a country is one way that as a bank we can contribute our quota. And we have been contributing our quota, and we think that there's a way to even do a lot more. So yes, we are looking forward to seeing a lot more customers. We are hoping to get lots of your viewers coming on board. And yes, it is cool.
Great. Okay, so just the last thing, maybe. Some person watching us cannot go to a branch.
Yes.
But fortunately, I discovered that you have a mortgage calculator on your website.
Exactly.
So if somebody wants to go there real quick, get some basic understanding before they come to the fair to do a proper sit down.
Yes.
Explain the mortgage calculator as they will find it on the Ecobank website.
So it's quite simple. You just go onto the website. When you put in your income amount, it is able to then tell you the amount that you can qualify for to then get a mortgage. So you are able to get a sense of how much the bank is willing to give you towards the paying down of your mortgage, and that helps you to know what is required. We also spell out for you what portions goes to interest, what portions goes to principal. So you get that sense even before you begin to talk to us. And you're also able to play with various options. Assuming my income goes up by 20%, what happens? If it comes by 10%, what happens? So at least you are able to, as it were, weigh the various options before you even come to us.
Okay. Would you have advisors on standby at the fair? Because often people have an idea what they think they want, but it might not really necessarily be what they need.
Definitely. So we would have our staff at the fair, and any concerns or any inquiries that people would have, we'll be happy to walk them through it.
Okay. Just the final. What's your expectation? Fair begins on Friday and ends on Sunday, 8th of November.
We are looking forward to a lot more Ghanaians getting on the housing ladder. I think that it's a great way to build wealth. And the earlier you start, the better. You could say it is COVID times, so I'd wait. But then again, you could also say that this is the best time to do this, where the prices are down. And I think that for every customer, for every person, you just want to pass there and pass through the fair and just get a sense of what the options are. That way you can sit back and then make a choice. We've got our partners also there, and you'll be getting very good discounts also, from insurance to, all kinds of partners are there.
So you also have developers, estate developers that you've partnered with?
Yes. So you've got Dev Traco, you've got Reggie Manuel, you've got several partners who would also be there.
Okay, but if I don't necessarily want to purchase from your partners,
of course,
I still can have a conversation with you.
Of course, definitely.
Okay,
definitely.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you too very much.